Threshold slope means how fast the device is switching. Yes, threshold slope is nothing but dou VGS by dou of log ID. Okay, this gives you how fast the device is able to switch. Okay, here simply I tell you the MOSFET. For MOSFET we are having threshold slope of more than 60 millivolt per decade. Okay, this how much gate voltage is required. Gate voltage is required to change our current by 1 dB. Means here for 1 decade change of current, how much VG is required. Means if this SS value is very less, means then the device will be switching faster. Then we will talk about the white defect. I told you just now MOSFET we are having problem with the subthreshold slope. Okay, where the subthreshold slope value is more than 60 millivolt per decade. Means here to change our current by 1 decade we need more than 60 millivolt per decade. But if we use these tunnel FET devices, okay, with almost 30 millivolt per decade or 20 millivolt per decade, our device can switch. And here, this is the case of MOSFET, where SS is more than 60 millivolt per decade. Whereas if you use TFET, you can get SS value of less than 60 millivolt per decade. Here you can observe here, our carriers have to cross this barrier. Whereas in the case of tunnel FET, the current conduction is from the valency band of P side to the conduction band of N type. This is the case of tunneling. The tunneling tells you the carriers are able to tunnel from the valency band of P side to the conduction band of N type. Okay. Whereas in the case of MOSFET, we will be having thermionic emission. This is our thermionic emission. And see, observe carefully here. MOSFET means we have gate, source, drain. Whereas in the case of tunnel FET, we are having gate, source, and drain. Where source is made up of P plus here. Where here, in the case of MOSFET, both source and drain are made up of N plus only. Here, tunnel FET means source is made up of P plus, drain is made up of N plus. This is the main difference here. In case of tunnel FET, source is P plus. In the case of MOSFET, both are N plus. In case of MOSFET, the carriers have to cross this barrier. Here, this is based on the thermionic emission. In the case of MOSFET, if our gate to source voltage is more than threshold voltage, then channel will be formed, then carriers are able to move from the source to drain, then current will be from the drain to source. When VGS is higher, when it is more than threshold voltage, the barrier height will be decreases like this. Okay, then carriers are able to cross from the source to drain. Whereas in the case of tunnel FET, see here, when we apply higher gate voltage, band to band tunneling is happening. Higher gate voltage means here when VG is increasing, these bands are moving towards in the bottom direction. The carriers are able to move from the source side valency band to the conduction band of N side. These carriers are able to tunnel to this narrow region. The advantage here is in the case of tunneling, the carriers are able to move from the source side valency band to the channel through this narrow gap. Whereas in the case of MOSFET, this barrier has to be decreased when VGS is higher than VTH. Then the barrier height will be decreased. Then carriers are able to cross from the channel. In the conduction band to conduction band, carriers will be flowing here. The carriers are moving from the valency band to the conduction band. Here conduction band to conduction band, here valency band to conduction band. This is called tunneling actually here. The main difference is operation point of view, MOSFET and tunnel FET. MOSFET, thermionic emission will be there, where carriers have to move from the conduction band of N side to the again conduction band of N side. Whereas here carriers are able to move from the P side to the N side through the narrow depletion region. This is a narrow depletion region through which carriers are able to tunnel actually here. And I told you this TFET is having the main difference is with respect to the source only. Here in the case of MOSFET we are having N plus, here we are having P plus. Similar to the MOSFET, source and drain are highly doped, where channel region is intrinsic or otherwise very lightly doped. Whereas in the case of MOSFET, this is P type. If it is N channel MOSFET means P type, N plus. Whereas in the case of TFET we are having, instead of P type substrate we are having intrinsic region. This is called actually pin diode also here. The main features of tunnel FET is able to achieve 60 millivolt per decade SS. I told you if SSC is lesser means the device is able to switch faster way. Okay. Here, for that here, this tunnel FET able to switch faster way means we are able to get SS of less than 60 millivolt per decade. And again, as compared to MOSFET, here we are able to get lesser leakage currents. But one problem is here we are able to have lesser on current. Means using one device we cannot get all the performance parameters. As compared to MOSFET, we are having low on current. Any system, any algorithm when we develop, we cannot achieve all the performance parameters. We have to compromise somewhere. Okay. It's something like nowadays our devices are otherwise mobile phones. Okay. Here, in terms of performance, very high speed, but the problem is power dissipation is more. Power dissipation is more means the devices are getting heated. That is the reason nowadays batteries are going. Means to run these many features. Means the main problem is here during 1990s when there are no smartphones, our mobile phones were used only for the messaging and calling purpose only. But nowadays our mobile phones or smartphones are able to do the equal work of system, laptop. Means here the basic trend is here we are able to integrate more number of devices on the processor. The older days processors were used to do simple calculation problems, whereas nowadays the corresponding processors are able to do the multiple performance. Multiple performance means it's almost equal to the computer only. The advantage is here when we are the users, when we demand more applications on the same processors, more features to add more number of features, we have to add more number of devices. Basically here, in any processor to perform more operations, we have to add more devices. More devices means more MOSFET should be added. When we need more functionality, when we need more features of our mobile phone, that means that we have to integrate more number of components on the wafer. The previous, during 1970 processors, we used to have couple of hundreds of transistors only, where the functionality is very limited. But the corresponding our current processors are having millions and billions of transistors, where the performance is high. Performance is high means the corresponding processors are able to do many functions. That means that we need more number of blocks, more number of components we need. Okay, when we need more applications means more number of devices are there. On the same wafer, we are able to integrate more number of components means the transistors are moving from the micrometer level to the nanometer level. To connect these many transistors, we need similarly equal number of millions of wires also needed. When we add millions of transistors on the wafer, we need millions of wires also we need. Okay, means when we connect these many devices together, then there are many coupling effects are there. Means I just now I have told you, okay, when time varying current is flowing, because all these are running with very high frequencies, because our clock is running with gigahertz of frequencies. Okay, when time varying current signal is flowing, okay, that is disturbing many wires. Means in presence of these many electric field coupling, magnetic field coupling also, our processor has to work. Our processor has to work with our actual specifications. Okay, here means to get all these benefits. Okay, with the existing MOSFETs, we are unable to do the we are unable to get the required specifications. That is the reason people are trying to develop novel devices like tunnel fed devices, okay, fin fed devices, spin turning devices. People are developing. And what is the purpose of this tunnel fed? Tunnel fed, as compared to MOSFET, tunnel fed is more immune to short channel effects. Okay. And again, the main problem in tunnel fed is on current. Just now I have told you, any device which cannot be suitable for all the applications. Okay. This tunnel fed is having the main problem of on current is less. On current means when device is on. When device is on, it is having lesser current as compared to the MOSFET. Means the advantage is here, leakage currents are lesser as compared to the MOSFET. Okay. But the problem is on current is higher, and we are the designers. We try to develop the modifications in the tunnel fed such a way that we try to get good on current also, and again good switching also. And another problem is here, for T-FET based applications, the gate to drain capacitance need to be limited. If this gate to drain capacitance is higher, then we will be having higher switching time, because we need our devices should run faster. Means the devices should switch faster. Means on to off and off to on, switching time should be very less, and we need higher noise margin also. Okay, because for any CMOS or MOSFET, okay, in presence of noise also, we know simple noise margin means noise margin higher, noise margin low. Have you studied noise margin higher, noise margin low? Now the noise margin high means that to send logic one level, okay, to send one logic one level, for the corresponding noise one level also, in presence of some noise also, okay, if the corresponding noise level is within the noise margin level, then there is no problem. If our noise level is more than noise margin level, then instead of transmitting one, it will be the corresponding next gate will be assuming the corresponding one as 0. Similarly, for the 0 level also, if the noise level is dominating the signal level, then the next gate will be assuming the corresponding